I mean, the Apostle Peter in Second Peter chapter 2, he's talking about these Jews coming in here trying to bring them back into the bondage of the law that Paul describes in Galatians chapter 4, that the weak and beggarly elements of the world that hold us in bondage. Well, here he says, these are wells without water, clouds that are carried with a tempest, to whom the mist of darkness is reserved forever. For when they speak great swelling words of vanity, they allure through the lust of the flesh, through much wantonness, those that were clean escaped from them who live in error. While they promise them liberty, they themselves are the servants of corruption. For of whom a man is overcome, the same as he brought in bondage, which is what Paul is saying in Romans 6. Know you not to whom you yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants you are to whom you obey, whether of sin unto death or obedience unto righteousness. So Peter continues in verse 20, for if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, they are again entangled therein and overcome, the latter end is worse with them than the beginning. I mean, and this is talking about, the unclean spirit that's gone out of a man, going through dry places, seeking rest and finding none. It goes back to the house from whence it came out, and finding it clean and swept and unoccupied, it goes and finds 7 other spirits more wicked than itself, and enters back into that house, that man, and the latter end is worse than the beginning. The latter state of the person is worse than the beginning. And this is the same message given of the lame man by the pool of Bethesda in John chapter 5, who was in his condition 38 years, and Jesus healed him on the Sabbath day. The Jews got him to set his bed back down and observe the righteousness by the law, by observing the Sabbath day rather than the righteousness through the faith of Jesus Christ, which is the righteousness of God, Paul says in Philippians 3. And Jesus found him later in the temple and said, look, you're made whole of your plague. Go and sin no more, lest a worse thing come upon you. I mean, this is the same thing Paul is describing in Galatians chapter 4, that the law holds us under the weak and beggarly elements of the world, as through faith in Jesus Christ we are delivered from those things.